Hello YouTube, been a while. It's me, Stu, formerly known as the Sweat Pant Camper, but I'm back, so we're coming on a camp. We're gonna camp quite a public area, so it's gonna be a while before I can set up yet. It's about 7 p.m. Sunset's in about an hour. This area is called South Commons in Lincoln. There's horses that roam through here, a lot of dog walkers, and lots of people that just come through here for a hike because it's lovely. We're gonna test drive a Temu product today, which is their version of the Haven flat lay hammock. So I'm kind of excited to try that out. Yeah, so we'll get set up and then I'll give you a better shot of where we're gonna camp. Area we're gonna set up in a little while. There's still too many people around to set up tent right now. A nice little pond here. There's always little fires here, so one more little fire pit won't hurt if I do decide to have a little fire tonight, which I might. Now, I will say one thing about this TV hammock. It is bloody heavy. And I am not going to be upset about dropping this bag. I'm not sure if it'll stretch that far, but we'll give it a go. Set out between these two trees. We'll have a look. See how it works. If not, I can make some work in that little area. But this is probably home for the night, guys. Now, I didn't realize, but from here, I literally have a view of the cathedral when I wake up in the morning. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll get that at sunrise. Now, as you can see, it's very foggy. It's a heat haze. It's mid-20s today. Not supposed to drop down below 17 tonight. I do have a tarp bought just in case, but I don't think it's even supposed to rain tonight, so we might not even set that up. But if we do, I've been practicing some knots, so yay. We're just gonna chill for a little bit. This said sunsets in about 45 minutes, so I did find some deeper brush, but there's nowhere to set up a hammock in there. So I think we will try it on a tent camp one night, because it's a lovely little spot, well hidden, but you can see everything out of it. So in the meantime, before we set up, I've got one beverage with me today, and this will tell you how much I drink. This is left over from the final of the Euros. It's now September. It's been in my fridge. My wife said to me today before I left, "Are you gonna take that beer you got in the fridge?" I said, well, I don't really feel like drinking, but well, we'll be on it anyway. It's just one beer. Hey guys, we're probably gonna do our first live tonight. I'm out doing a camp for my YouTube channel where I camp in weird and wonderful places. I'm just waiting for it to die down a little bit, the sunrise to start before I set up. But yeah, I'll probably pop on here and do a live, have a chat with some of y'all if you're around later on. That would be lovely. So, where has Sweatpant Camper been for the last 2 years? Well, I think the last video I made, I told you guys I had a pretty hefty full-time job. I was managing just one of the bedding shops on town. So I transferred from that position to a similar position in Lincoln, but it was a 24-hour venue, which meant basically for the last 2 years, my phone's been on call status. I get messages at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, Had to leave work several times during day shift, go home, sleep, come during night shift. Sometimes not even sleep. Sometimes just do that. So it's been a lot. I did have some holiday time, but I spent that with my family. So I really haven't had a lot of free time due to this position. It was a 45-hour week contract, which by the time I walk to and from work every day, you can add another 5 hours onto that per week. So 50 hours a week. And then when you figure in that my wife has to watch our little boy who's autistic when I'm not around, it wasn't really fair to me to leave. Now, I left that position yesterday. It's been coming for a while. And my wife and I have been gearing up for me to come back out camping, including getting some thermal gear so I can handle the winter. So, I do have another job. It is 5 days a week, but it's a much smaller contract with less responsibilities. And at the end of the day, when I go home, I go home. There's no on call, there's no nothing. I might get a phone call to see if I want to pick up a shift, but I'm not obliged to. I've got more time at home with the family, more time to prepare for such events. And my wife and I are going to start doing some scout walks to go find locations, try new gear out. I'm kind of excited about today's. I've wanted a Haven hammock for ever since I started doing this. The LifeLock hammock just looks like it'll be a dream, but I don't have like 300 or 400 quid lying around just to purchase on a hammock. So, Temu, next best thing. It's the same model, same design. Well, same design. I'm sure it's not as high quality, but once we get it set up tonight, we'll give it a crack and we'll let you guys know how it holds up. I think it cost me about 50 quid. So, I mean, I do plan on using it a couple of times just because I've spent that much money on it. But thus far, the Night Owl is still my favorite piece of sleeping kit, the shelter kit that I've got. So let's see how that compares, whether I'm actually comfortable versus it. But yeah, that's basically what's been going on. So you can start counting on videos. I'm actually going to do, probably in the next 2 weeks that I'm off, probably about 5 or 6 camps, and then release them a little bit later, so that I can scout some more areas that aren't necessarily in town, jump on a train, go see what's around. But we will be camping, we will be videoing it, we'll be doing all of that. We will be back to at least weekly uploads, even if it's just scouting, just to let you guys know. I do apologize for disappearing. It's partly to do with my ADHD. So for those of you that don't know, like, habitual hobby swapping for ADHD folks is a thing. And if I'm not doing it, then it's completely out of my mind. Now, I'm not gonna hashtag Stealth Camping Alliance because I haven't been active, I haven't been watching, I haven't been doing anything, and that wouldn't be fair. I am gonna shout those guys out. Go check them out. Shadow Camper, Steve the Transit, yeah, all those guys, fantastic. But yeah, let's get back into it. I'm gonna finish my beer here. I got about half an hour left before the sun starts to drop and I can hear the kiddies going home, and then we'll get set up and try and get a good shot of it before it gets dark. We've got some visitors at my campsite for later. So these guys run free on this land here, and some of them will let you walk up to them and pet them. Some of them will grunt at you right away and let you know that it's not cool. We took my little guy out here, who, as you know, is autistic, the other day with his toy horse, and we took him quite close. Not close enough to pet them, but close enough to say hello. And oh, hello. You guys coming to say hi? All right, I'm gonna get up and get out of the way. So we've had to move over a bit because one of the horses saw my bag and assumed there was food in it for it, and decided that he was gonna try and dig through my bags, and then got a little bit grunty with me when I said, no, there's no food for you. So he came right up, right up to me. There's a black and white one that's walking through there now. He is not worried. He did let me pet him. Did rub his head, but he was not very happy with me. We've got some visitors at my campsite for later. So these guys run free on this land here, And some of them will let you walk up to them and pet them. Some of them will grunt at you right away and let you know that it's not cool. We took my little guy out here, who, as you know, is autistic, the other day with his toy horse. And we took him quite close. Not close enough to pet them, but close enough to say hello. And, oh, hello. You guys coming to say hi? All right, I'm going to get up and get out of the way. Right, sunset starts in about 2 minutes. It's supposed to start setting at 7:50. It's 7:48. So we're going to sneak over here, and I think we're going to try and set up this hammock and see what happens. The horses have invaded, but they've gone right now. So hopefully when it gets dark in the next little bit, they'll just kind of chill out where they are, lay down. But yeah, they might come over for what they think is delicious treats. So I'll just have to eat them before they do. Fat guy problems. All right, so we got this set up. Of course, as I was setting up was the only time someone was walking through. It's a little bit wonky, so we're going to see if we can't tighten it just a little bit. But yeah, should be all right. And I'm going to get dinner on, which I got some lamb steaks. So I got my hammock set up. I got my stove out. I got my food out. And the horses have come back. I have a feeling it's going to be a dark cook, because they are very intrigued. Well, what's going on? This one's just sitting here. I'll flip the camera around. So there's one visitor. Here's another one. He's coming right in. Hey, how you doing? They're lovely. He is not a fan of my hammock. Hey, big guy. That's okay. Hey, can I have my stuff sack back, please? Thank you. All right. I think that was his way of telling me he doesn't really like me here. But we'll see what happens. If they stay here all night, just because this is where the water is, I might have to bounce, but I'm hoping that isn't the case. But yeah, right now they're just hanging out, grooming each other, actually. Here comes the white one back. I'm just gonna pick up a few things I have off the floor. Maybe they won't be bothered by it so much. Yeah, it's just my water, bud. Hi. I've got some kids screaming over there. Maybe that'll distract them to walk on. Psst. Yeah, no. So, I don't think we're gonna get to cook tonight. These guys are, I might not even be able to stay. The one male horse is kind of letting it be known to me that he's not a big fan of me being here. However, I will say this hammock is very comfortable. Support my weight, no problem. Which isn't bad considering I'm 300 pounds. But we'll keep you posted. Just thought I'd show you the city and the cathedral all lit up while we're waiting to see if the horses move on. Still an awful lot of people out in here. Very hazy, very hot. We got one of my four-legged friends over here still. The rest have moved on, but I think he's just weary of what I'm up to. So we'll give it a little bit and then see what happens. He's really enjoying scratching his bum on that tree at the moment. So yeah, there's that. So I'm not going to starve even though I can't cook because the horses are still in the area, but I've got some chocolate coconut macaroons that I bought for a snack. That's pretty much my supper right now. They've moved out a little bit, but they're still too close. If I start cooking it, the smell of the meat's going to attract them. So we'll chill out, see what happens, and eat some macaroons. Watch some YouTube. relax. See you in a bit. So I'm back over just chilling in my hammock. Eating some macaroons. The only issue is I have no line of sight, so I'm going to rely on my ears. And they do like to stick their nose in here, so we'll see what happens here. Might be an early night. Oh well, can't go wrong with chocolate and coconut. So the horses seem to settle down for now, but it's like pitch black out. I don't want to start cooking, just in case they do decide they like the smell of what I'm cooking. So I might do with just what I had. Some macaroons, and I'll eat when I get in the morning. I got water. I ate a little bit before I left them. I've got lots of body fat to survive on, so one missed meal won't hurt. Now, thoughts on this hammock. It's comfortable. I don't know how long it'll last for a guy of my size. How many trips. But I think I'm definitely gonna sleep well. Like I'm enjoying myself right now. And chill. Horses seem to have settled down for the night, but we're not gonna put a tarp over, mostly so I can see what's coming at me. But yeah, we are absolutely sweating our balls off tonight though. It's like still 16, 17 degrees. So I think I'm just gonna lay on my sleeping bag rather than wrap myself on it. If I get cold over the night, I can always tuck myself in. But yeah, so it's about 9:30 now, I think. I'll have a quick look. Of course it doesn't show because I got everything else showing. Yeah, it's about 9:30 right now. It's pitch black. The people sound has kind of stopped too, so we'll check in with you throughout the night and see what happens. Hopefully the horses go to bed. It's about 11 o'clock. I think the horses are pretty much sleeping now, but I'm going to do the same. I want to get up quite early, tear down camp before the dog walkers come out. So we're going to get up at the crack of dawn and head home probably before 5:30 in the morning. Mostly because I'm hungry, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're going to try and sleep in this hammock. It's pretty comfy, to be honest with you. Just a little bit on the narrow side, but other than that, it's good. Morning. It's about 6 o'clock. Very, very foggy. I'm going to get up here right away and get moving before dog walkers and such start walking. Comfortable night. Interesting night though. About 1:30 in the morning. Some bloke was walking through here with his torch going, singing at the top of his head. But he didn't come quite close to me. But that kind of put me off sleep for the next little while. One of the few nights I've been able to sleep on my back ever. So that tells you how comfortable this thing is. Alright, we're gonna get up and tear down and head home. I really wanted to show you guys the cathedral in the morning, but as you can see, Mother Nature has decided thou shalt not see this morning. There's this campsite, all tore down. Then, it's a pretty okay camp actually. Did get some sleep, despite the animals and the random Russian dude singing, picking brambleberries at 2 o'clock in the morning. Anyways guys, pleasure to be back. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you later on in the week.